got this packet of seeds from Walmart, I think. They're zinnia giant double violet queen. I love the color. I love this beautiful purple color with a little green top. It gets 2 to 3 feet tall, so it should be great for the area that I'm gonna plant it in. It's an annual in my area. 5 to 10 days germination. It should bloom in about a month to 2 months, which will be perfect because it'll be right around when the summer starts here. And I'm gonna put it, this is the area where I'm gonna put it. It's gonna go right around here. So right where that, my kids were playing it here, right where that is. I want it to fill this area, so it's gonna get really tall and it's gonna just be a block of color right back there. So I'm gonna put some there. I might put some around here as well. Maybe in the back there. But I just want some, just like a nice big block of color back there. So I think that would look pretty there. So this is how I do it. I got a seed tray here. These are 36 cells, 1-inch cells. I filled them up with the Jiffy's Natural Organic Seed Starter Mix. This is what I use for all my seed starts. It works great. It's organic. Even though I'm not eating the zinnias, but it's just easier to use the same thing. This is a new packet, so it should have a pretty good germination rate. So I'm not going to double them up. I'm just going to plant 1 seed per cell, and it's easier to do these because they're big seeds. You know, if you're using little tiny seeds, then it's harder to plant 1 per cell, and then I will double it up or just put like a bunch in there. But since these are big, I'm just gonna put 1 per cell. So let's see. So I was just gonna do this 1 flat, but I have a lot left. So I think I'm gonna do half of this, and then the other half I'm gonna do basil, because I haven't started basil yet. And it's getting a little late to start it because it's almost the end of April. But I think it'll be okay. It grows so fast and it should germinate pretty fast. So I think it will be okay. We'll double up some of these. Because I have so many left. I don't really want to save them. The packets are so cheap that I can just buy a new one next year. All right, so I think that's good. Okay, so let me go get, so I put them on top. If you notice, I put them all on top, and then what I do is I just go with my finger and just kind of push them down, because I haven't watered this soil yet, so it's pretty loose. So just push them all down. This is great to do with kids too, because my kids love doing this. I usually place the seeds and then they go with their little fingers and push them in. So just like that. This is a lot easier to do if you're using, bigger seeds. Let's push these guys in. There you go. Zinnia seeds are pretty forgiving too, so even if you don't plant them at the right depth, they'll still grow. They want to grow, so it'll be okay. If this is your first time starting flowers from seeds, This is a pretty easy one to start with. And then just kind of cover the little hole that you made with your fingers. And that's really it. Next thing I'm gonna do is get the basil planted. I need to go find the packet of seeds for that. Let me cover all these up. There we go. All right, all covered up. I'm good. Let me go get that. Okay, I got my basil. This is basil Genovese, which is great for all purpose, really. You can use it for making pesto, put it into any kind of Italian thing you're doing. You could also dry it. What I like to do with the pesto is they're putting in a new driveway for my neighbor, so it's super loud. What I like to do when I have a lot of it is freeze it. I make like a paste with it, so I put it in the food processor with olive oil, make, you know, like a paste with the olive oil, cut it up really tiny, and then I put it into ice cube trays and freeze it. And I still have some left from my garden from last year that I brought to the new house. It's in my freezer in little ice cube trays, and I just pop them out and put them in the marinara sauce when I'm making spaghetti or if I need it for anything. So this packet, $2.49, I think I got it from Walmart. It should germinate around the same time that the zinnias are going to germinate, so that'll be perfect. And then the seeds are tiny. The thing with basil seeds, you can kind of, you don't have to plant just one. You can do a bunch of them in one little cell because they kind of grow together anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little tiny hole. You don't want to plant these too deep because they are tiny. So just like kind of move the dirt around a little bit like that. And I think that one might be too deep. That's all you need to do, really. And then, that one's too deep. Grab your seeds, open them up, and then just put them on your hand. And just go and dump a bunch per tray. So I'm going about, I want to say about 10 maybe, 5 to 10 per little cell. And this works pretty well for me. And then when I put them in my little, I could put these in pots, I could put them in the actual raised beds that I have, and then whatever else you have left here, just kind of sprinkle it around. It's so easy to start basil. It's like one of the easiest things to start because it germinates pretty easy. As long as you keep it watered, you'll be happy. And it tastes amazing. It smells amazing. Every time I walk by it, it'll smell awesome. So that's it. What I'm gonna do now is water it. Put it out, so I'm going to leave it outside because it's fairly warm. I don't think it needs to be inside. Just tap it down, make sure there is good soil contact with the seeds. And water it, and it should be good. Okay, so they're nice and watered. I gotta put them, I'm gonna move these to a nice and shady spot. With one hand. Let's see. There we go. We've got a nice and shady spot right here. Gets a little bit of sunburn right now. See how it's shaded? And look at this beautiful kale. We've got kale, that's dinosaur kale, Swiss chard back there, and a bunch of lettuce. And I've been eating these and they are amazing. I love them. I've been eating all of these. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right here. I'm going to use this dome on top, so they'll be nice and safe here. Little dome on top. And I'll take this off when it starts sprouting. And as soon as I see a little bit of green come up, the dome will come off. And that's it. Easy. Right next to the coleus. I started these from seed also. I had to move them to the shade because they were getting a little burnt where I had them. Since they do like shade, so see how branches are getting right here. Look how beautiful these are. Also started from seed. So anyway, hopefully they sprout here in a few days, and yeah, and the dome can come off and then they'll grow.